Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers Podcast, episode 146. Hi, hello, hi. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us for a 4th of July edition of the show, or post 4th of July edition of the show, one way or another. Happy 4th of July to everybody listening. Hope you had a good holiday. Uh, and per
I had to
usual,
work
we're
it.
all. Oh yeah, yeah. Joel had to work today too.
Yeah, so did Chelsea.
How busy is 4th of July at Disney usually?
I don't know.
It's actually like less busy than it was last year, but I guess that kind of makes sense because people aren't doing their, you know, I got locked in for COVID for 2 years. I'm going to go when everyone else goes, like they did last year. So
Yeah.
the wait
Also,
times
4th
are
of
actually
July is on a
down.
Tuesday.
4th of July is on a Tuesday. I'm pretty sure, um, there was probably more people in the parks yesterday taking off for the 4th and then traveling back today.
It's a lot
But
easier to take a
yes.
Monday off than to take a Tuesday
Mhm.
off too.
Yeah, yeah, that's why I was like, oh, I have Tuesday off. Okay, I don't know what to do. What do I do with a Tuesday off?
Yeah, I know.
I can't. I can't do anything the day before. I mean, I did. We took Alex's roommate to the airport last night, but like, I can't do anything proper because it's like, okay, well, I'll go party somewhere.
Yeah, go
Where?
party on the Monday night,
Yeah,
so you can waste the
like,
entirety of the Tuesday feeling like garbage.
correct.
Um. Okay, well, let's get right into this. So apparently Microsoft considered buying Sega, Bungie, Niantic, Zynga, IO Interactive, and Supergiant Games. This came out from a bunch of legal court documents.
Also Square.
Also Square. Uh,
Yeah.
their main goal, based on said documents, was to quote spend Sony out of business.
Yeah, they're not trying to create a monopoly at all. No,
No,
Yeah,
we
what
should.
have
definitely.
we been talking about the past month?
That like, gee, this feels illegal. Microsoft.
Trust in Microsoft, guys. Totally. They would
Embrace, extend,
never
extinguish. Right, that's what it was.
Yeah.
expend, extinguish or something. Yeah. Um, they would have not been gotten onto before for doing monopolistic practices. No,
Um,
Microsoft would never.
yeah, never. Um, yeah, these documents have been so fun to read. Um, let's see. I want to do read this part of the email that is so damning. Um, so from Matt Booty, again, love that name. Um, to a guy named Tim Stewart, who I'm trying to see who. Xbox CFO Tim Stewart is the recipient of this from Matt Booty. A different view to the general view below might be that we, quote, Microsoft, are in a very unique position to be able to go spend Sony out of business. I think that video game content, if we think that video game content matters in 10 years, we might look back and say, totally would have been worth to lose $2 billion or $3 billion in 2020 to avoid a situation where Tencent, Google, Amazon, or even Sony have become the Disney of games and owned most of the valuable content. For example, it is practically impossible for anyone to start a new video streaming service at scale at this point. What content do you base it on? Things like Hulu and CBS All Access will be trivial players in the space. In games, Google is 3 to 4 years away from being able to have a studio up and running. Amazon has shown no ability to execute on game content. Content is the one moat that we have in terms of a catalog that runs on current devices and capability to create new ones. Sony is really the only other player who could compete with Game Pass, and we have a 2 year and 10 million subscriber lead. If we reverse course on day and date, it's going to be hard to convince folks that things like Mixer or xCloud have much of a chance of surviving scrutiny either. So basically, in English, he's saying right now, no other company has the ability to do what we and Sony can do. Therefore, if we overtake Sony, we'll be too big for any of those up and coming game competitors like Tencent, Google, Amazon for them to even make any headway in the space, similar to how it's impossible nowadays to start a new streaming service at scale.
Yeah, but like not even 5 years ago, we didn't even have all these streaming services. I think a big
Exactly.
enough
Well,
company
like
could easily just enter the market. Like, I mean,
yeah, well, so the point
besides
is like there's no one else to enter the market. Most of all the big companies have one now.
something,
But
and it's
5 years
like
ago they didn't, so it was a lot easier. So what he's saying is like 5 years from now, we might not have the ability to monopolize the market like we do right now if
you're
we
not
just buy
supposed to
Sony.
monopolize the market, you fucks.
Yeah, I know. I know this.
Like,
I know that's. It's like, hey,
like,
we can break the law really easily if we do it right now.
like you're not supposed to.
High
That's the
schoolers be
whole
like,
thing.
Yeah, if we do it right now, we can break the
We
law.
do it right now, we can break the law. Like you fucks, you're not supposed to be doing that shit. Like what's that's
I like how they're like Google's 3 years away from actually being able to put out games, and it's like, but what
bro,
games
Google
do you
can't.
put out?
Okay, but like also in terms of Google, what have they supported that they haven't bought out in the last couple of years, right? Like Google Glass from
Was ready.
Google Glass existed and then like uh unilaterally got banned from everything because it was an invasion of privacy. Um they had I can't even think of something else I've actually done recently that like they don't support their shit for very long.
You
G-
pull up Google
um
Graveyard, but
Google
also the famous
Graveyard.
one.
Yeah, Google Plus,
But
Google
also the famous
Offers,
one.
Google Wave,
Stadia.
Stadia,
Stadia.
um, Google Video. They just bought out YouTube instead.
That's true. Like that.
But they killed YouTube originals recently.
That's because they were burning too much. That's the thing. Google doesn't actually know what to
Holy
do.
shit, dude!
They
I
just buy
totally forgot
shit.
about Google Daydream.
Wait, what? What's Google Daydream? I don't
Google
even remember
Daydream was
that.
their idea to. I remember for a while when everybody was like, "Oh, we don't need VR headsets. We can just put our phone in a box and tape that box to our head,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
fine."
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
Google's try at that, where you could fit. It was designed
Okay,
for a
I
Google Pixel
remember.
to clip in, and then you put it on your head, and it's made of that Google
I
weird material, that like
I
certain cloth.
remember I remember that when I worked at Target, um, I literally forgot they did that because it was like a blip, um,
Yeah.
because it was so fucking stupid.
Yeah, like it was cool when you could buy like a $5 cardboard box with some plastic lenses in it to like goof around for half a day with it, but like this was like an actual investment, but wasn't really any better than the $5 cardboard box.
Yeah, no, yeah, I remember that. Now I was like, huh, this is $30. Don't I don't see Google like actually entering the gaming space. They can't. What are they gonna do?
Dude, Google Graveyard is fascinating. The stuff
Yeah.
that just like died.
Yeah, we're worried about Google having the ability to fight. I don't think so. Because I mean, their biggest thing right now is YouTube, right? Like,
Yeah, but
I mean, I guess
we
the
already
fact
talked
that
about a
they
rumor
have
that they're
phones and
gonna
whatnot.
try to do like a YouTube games thing.
Yeah, I remember that. Kind of like how Net, because it's the same idea that Netflix is doing with all the story-based games that they have access to. It's
And
I
like
hate to do this, but we gotta focus a little bit because I do have work.
Okay, fair enough.
Rip.
Well, back on Microsoft then. He said if it was still up to him, Microsoft CEO says that if we're up to him, we would get rid of Xbox exclusives entirely, but blames Sony for still having to make them. That is some ass backwards logic.
So I do want to talk about that one a little because there's leaked emails from the SVP of Bethesda expressing confusion and frustration as to why all of their IPs have become exclusive the second they were acquired, but Phil is publicly preaching that they're not going to make all the Activision Blizzard exclusives.
Exclusives. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you're just
because he's
lying.
a liar.
Yeah, because you
Are
work
you
for
allowed to
Microsoft.
lie in the court of law?
You didn't mention that on the email, by the way. Microsoft argued the email is old and it never pursued such strategy anyways. This email is 3.5 years old and predates the announcement of our acquisition by 25 months. Oh, that was 25 months before we did the same thing, but ignore it.
Yeah, this is this. Can Microsoft like run out of bribery money?
No,
I think that would help the situation a
not
little
while
bit.
they're the number one competitor in the computers market.
Yeah, okay. That's what they're doing is they're just they're it's kind of like how Disney, right? They're just subsidizing from their profitable ventures to fund their less profitable ventures.
You're like Google. Like we literally just looked at all that crap. Um, Xbox's Phil Spencer seemingly decided to make all ZeniMax games exclusives in a 2021 meeting. ZeniMax?
That
That is Bethesda.
Zumba.
But that's Bethesda.
Wait,
That's who owned Bethesda. That's who they actually bought.
uh,
They bought
Oh.
ZeniMax.
Okay,
why
so
the hell?
Alpha Dog Games, Arcane Studios, Bethesda, id Software, Machine Games, Roundhouse Studios, Tango Gameworks, and ZeniMax Online Studios are all subsidiaries of ZeniMax, which
Which is what
Microsoft
they
bought.
now
Okay, there we go.
okay. How are they being? Why is this even being like uh
Why else did you
put
buy them?
through
Why did you buy them?
to make them exclusive?
Stupid.
We're going to win the streaming wars. I don't want streaming wars. I want a game console that I can plug and play and take wherever the fuck I want.
Ugh.
I don't want to have a constant internet connection.
Xbox's Perfect Dark reboot is still years away.
It's perfect dark. Wait,
Well, yeah, they can't spend any time developing their own games. They don't do that. They buy companies to buy the games. They can't make their own games. Also, I don't even think that's ever going to happen. I think they just talk about that to get people to talk about Xbox, and it's never going to happen because how's you going to get people to talk about Xbox?
Not a real game.
by buying out all the studios.
By going to
so
court and
buying
teasing
out all the studios.
Perfect Dark.
If you buy out all the studios and then don't have them make anything, have you really won?
Yes, because you own everything. You have no competitors because you bought them all.
Maniacs. Let's see. Sega Genesis on NSO Online got 4 new games available now. We got Ghouls and Ghosts, Crusader of Senti, Landstalker, and The Revenge of Shinobi. Ghouls and Ghosts and Revenge of Shinobi, cool. Other two, I have no idea. If I'm being honest, but I'm not that much of a Sega Genesis guy. Other than I know what like the greatest hits are.
Fair.
I only recognize one of these. Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are available now for NSO Plus subscribers. Nintendo is closing their Switch Repair subscription service after 1 year in Japan. Probably because people don't go around smashing Switches all that much. especially in Japan.
With respect stuff? Gee, imagine. Like, I don't know who that service was supposed to be for. And also, why wouldn't you do it on the console that actually like moves, which was, the 3DS? That might have actually made some logical sense.
Yeah, and like the only thing that breaks is the joysticks, which you are legally required to repair for free. So why would I subscribe to this if you're gonna fix the one thing that
Right.
has a problem for free anyway?
I would have subscribed for the 3DS and just kept sending it like every year though. Begs it.
Just fix. Give me that warranty again.
Um,
Hi, my 3DS won't turn on.
this is the sixth time you've sent back this console. It works perfectly fine.
Yeah, but y'all will fix
Uh,
everything.
Oh, you fixed it again? Thanks.
Thanks.
Uh, Nintendo says they plan on using the same account system on their next console. They better.
I I mean, this isn't even new information though. But like, also, by technicality, they're already using the same account system
The Wii
from
U.
the Wii U and 3DS. It's just not like, your games, um, which I guess doesn't matter as much if they. I don't know, this is a non-statement until like we know what the next system is.
And I can still play NSO games on it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I I just better be able to, actually keep playing all these NSO games.
yeah.
'Cause otherwise, I'm gonna have to buy the Mario Kart 8 DLC. Or well, I will eventually. Maybe they'll release like one with the DLC, and I can
Like
buy
Ultimate
that.
Edition.
Yeah, that way I just have a cartridge with everything on it.
That would be nice. Tears of the Kingdom regains number one in the UK after Final Fantasy 16 sales dropped 78% after week one.
They said, "Oh, okay,
I mean,
bye."
like, it's more interesting this time around because it's Tears of the Kingdom that we're talking about. But I mean, that usually happens with basically every game.
Your first week usually is your big one. It's just
Yeah,
yours.
and then most games will drop off usually about 60 to 80% after the first week.
Because you either wanted the game or you're waiting for like people to review it, not just reviewers, and it just goes down from there.
Um, as of today, the online servers for the two Bravely games on 3DS have officially been shut down.
Rip.
Rest in peace.
That's so long though. Like after.
It really is.
But the servers were run by Square, so they shut them down.
I would have expected Square to have shut them down before, honestly.
Or at least with Nintendo.
Yeah. All right. So with that, on to Collector's Corner, the weekly segment where we go around and talk about what games we've been playing, what stuff we've been buying, bad decisions we've been making, whatever. Uh, Karen, to kick us off.
Okay, so I've made a lot of bad decisions. I bought everybody 1-2 Switch
And completed it.
and completed it. I completed it just before the podcast.
How does it feel? How do you feel? You feel sick?
Auction is
Disgusting.
great.
I do actually like some of the games. But I don't like that there's mobile or just like you have to unlock these games by playing mobile. Because I don't have two phones. Like I can't just unlock these by myself. I have to have someone else's phone. So that sucked.
That's
The
what you
last
get for
game,
buying one everybody 1-2 Switch.
yeah. There's 44 big quotation marks, 44 games. Um, 5 of those are quiz show, which is its own category. 2 of those are bingo, which is its own category, and 4 of those are ice cream parlor, which is actually decent. I do like ice cream parlor, but like there's 4 of them.
What are the differences?
So the first one, the quiz show, it's just like they changed what the category is.
But ice
Quiz
cream
show
parlor
5.
is ice cream parlor's category like different mini games themed around ice cream?
No, it's all the same mini game, but with like the first one's regular, learn it. Second one is the regular, but they'll remove. Wait, no, Alex, was it remove or were they just faster?
The
Increased difficulty in some way.
Increased difficulty.
Okay.
first one,
The
it
last
was
one.
it
You
was
go,
a
Alex.
little bit faster on the second one, but the big thing was they would remove orders.
Yeah, that was the same for the third as well.
No, the
And
third
then
one didn't have any removed. I think it
did
can't.
it not?
No,
I would assume it can. Maybe it's just faster.
it's
I don't
just
know.
incredibly fast.
And then the fourth one,
Is
uh,
everything
you
super fast.
you
Removes
and
it.
you also don't have a way to physically track the ice creams. They disable your ability to write down things on your phone.
Does Nintendo count all of those as 4 games?
Yes,
No,
there
on
are
their web page they counted it as like
ice
on their
cream
video
parlor,
thing they only counted ice cream parlor.
Okay,
but
good. I was gonna say.
under the list, it's 4 different games. Um, and that is the same for the. So there's only 3, I think, 3 solo games. There's Joy-Con hide and seek, which, yeah, you're not going to be able to make that any more difficult. There's Samurai Swords. I don't actually know what the name of that. But it's quick draw from 1-2 Switch, but with swords. They could have actually done Samurai 2 with that and just done fake draw, but with swords. I would have been okay with that. Quick Draw and Fake Draw are the best games of 1-2 Switch, and Samurai Swords is the best game of everybody 1-2 Switch. They also have musical chairs. I don't like that one. Those I think those are the only 3 that are like fully solo games, though. Everything else has at least a second version.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you buy that game intending to play that thing solo, you've got
Issues.
real problems.
No, well, like none of them are solo games, right? But like those are the only 3 that don't have any like extra levels.
Oh, okay.
Bingo being a party game, like forced into the party game mode, is fucking stupid. I really do not like that bingo is one of the options, or 2 of the options.
I can't believe you're complaining this much about everybody 1-2 Switch. You bought the thing. We all knew.
We all knew it was going to
It's
be
not like
bad.
we were like, oh man, this is gonna be sick, dude. There's bingo and ice cream parlor. What the?
It certainly exists. It is
Well,
certainly a game of all time.
I'm glad you ate food to expend energy to play that game.
I also bought the Joy-Cons that came out on Friday. I'm still waiting on the pink yellow combo to come in. I think that comes in on Friday, maybe. The pastel Animal Crossing green and the new pastel green don't actually match.
Interesting.
We're just like, oh, huh, that's not the same color. It's kind of like the Mario Reds,
Yeah.
where it's like, this is a different shape. Great, cool, thank you. And then Alex and I did we went to studios last week and played Toy Story Mania.
Classic.
Yeah. We also went to Magic on Friday or Saturday. Did the Pirates of the Caribbean treasure hunt game.
Nice.
That was fun. That was fun. We did a couple rounds of that. There was on the last one that we did because it broke on the like final piece. There's this little girl standing next to the RFID scanner and scanned it, and it made a splash in the water. She's like, and like, hey, you want to try it? Because it made me do it twice. So I'm like, hey, you want to tap it? And because her mom's just watching, and she's like, yeah, you do it. So I did it, and she made an explosion. She looked very happy. So it's like,
Oh, to be a
that's
simple
worth it.
child.
I let it be a simple child. I'm like mm, may just make the children feel like they're doing something really cool. Which, to be fair, I do like those little adventure games because they do feel like they have more effort than some of the queue interactions. I think that's everything now.
All right.
Oh, well, Chelsea and I also did Men in Black on Friday at Universal.
Nice.
I got 220,000, something like that.
I have no idea what the context is for if that's good or bad or not, but I'm gonna assume
I have
that's
no
good.
idea. I played it like 3 times. I have no idea if it's good or not. It was the best in my car. I think. I don't know.
um. All right, Alex.
So I did the Disney things, Cameron. Um, and I also played everybody one two switch several times now.
Oh, I also did Splatoon and Zelda, obviously.
The usuals.
Um, I played a lot of Ghost Trick.
How's that been?
I really like it.
Sick.
I I really like Ace Attorney, so that kind of makes sense because it's the same writer. So very similar in story, like pacing and jokes and stuff. It's fun. Um, I was playing games with my roommate while I was doing things. He would play horror games, and I was. There's just something about watching people play horror game.
Oh yeah. I
I
mean,
don't know.
at were you playing something like on your Switch while just sitting there, or were you just doing something?
Sometimes, but the last time we were doing it, I was working on my job application while he was doing it, making
Okay.
because it was Little Hope, so there's choices.
Yeah.
Um, but he had to leave early.
Yeah, so we took him last night.
Yeah,
Nice.
his grandfather died, but we were supposed to leave on the same day.
Um. All right.
Oh, I also played the Pikmin 4 demo, but I'll talk about that in a moment since I just added it to the sheet since we forgot that it released.
I didn't forget. I was about to bring it up now because I also played it. Speaking of mine, I did play that demo. I've not beaten it yet because I started playing it late at night. I didn't want to finish all of it, but I'm most of the way there. I've got to just finish collecting the stuff. Um, but I've enjoyed it so far. I like the art style. I think it looks good. Um, very cute that one of the items you get to find is a Game Boy Advance SP.
One of the first items too.
Yeah. Very much enjoyed that. Um, played a good bit more amount of Stardew. Might be on another one of those kicks for a couple weeks. I'm approaching 200 hours on my save. Um, I've almost got all 4 teleportation obelisks. I've shipped almost everything except radioactive ore and bar, which is gonna take forever to freaking get because you have to wait until you get the challenge from Mr. Chi that allows you to have to go through the entirety of the mines in 1 week's time, but or 2 weeks time. But I didn't see that challenge the first time until it was already there were 2 days left, so I couldn't do it. So I have to wait now, and some of these challenges take up to a month to reset, depending on when you see them again. So, uh, it's gonna be a while. But once I do that and I beat it, then I can turn on the difficult mine setting and start mining for radioactive ore and stuff. Um, I've also got to work on getting the last few golden walnuts and getting friendship up with everybody. Uh, and then once I'm like 100,000 gold away from the last obelisk, and then once I do that, I have to save up $10 million to buy the golden clock, that which prevents things from aging on my farm, like fences won't decay, debris doesn't appear, that kind of thing. Um, so that'll take a while. And then mentioned the demo, played a little bit GBA Online, I think Mario World, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Advance 2. I bought Inscription on Switch because it was on sale, and I really want to support that developer, and I kind of want to play the game again, so did that.
Solid.
And I didn't really play all that much since we last talked, though, because I've been in Ohio for the past 3 days. I came back yesterday, 9-hour drive each way. Went with one of my buddies. Ohio's a dump. Kentucky's a dump. If you live in Ohio or Kentucky, you need to leave. Seriously, both of those places are dumps. Bowling Green is full of skinwalkers. Motel 6 sucks. Don't ever stay there. The bed that I was in had ash marks on the fucking comforter cover. And it was a dump. There was piss in the toilet when we showed up, and it hadn't been. They got serviced in May 20th, dude. The service card for that room was dated May 20th. So
I'm surprised it didn't hit you when you walked in.
The air conditioner barely worked. It was enough to not be insufferable in there.
You really said we're gonna pay as little as possible because this is the last second decision.
I've been in Motel 6s before. It was not like this. This was not a Motel 6. This was like one of those motels that you see on the side of the road that's like, there's crack deals going on in there. But it was a Motel 6 somehow. I don't understand. This place sucked. You can't buy alcohol after 1, so we were like, when we got there, we're like, oh, we could just go buy some wine and get wasted and fall asleep. So we don't have to...
Nope.
But no, we can't buy alcohol after 1, so we just had to sit there insufferably until we fell asleep eventually.
Thanks, Ohio.
Yeah. Also, I blew a tire Saturday night, so I didn't get to do the parade lap Sunday morning with everybody else. That really sucked. But it was fine. I have a spare, so we just put that on, and we drove with that until yesterday. When we left, we went through Cincinnati, or Columbus, stopped at a discount tire where I have my warranties with, so I was able to get a new tire on for only like $60. That warranty has paid for itself so many times. But other than that, it was super cool. Got to see a bunch of racing, got to see a couple cars flip, and then watch the drivers get out uninjured, which is mind-blowing to me. Got to saw the Type R pace car. I got to see a test fire of one of the Indy cars because we got paddock access, so I was able to watch them use their little starting wand. It was super cool. Also got to go to the USFL Championship game and watch the Birmingham Stallions win back-to-back championships. Giddy up. That was super fun. Overall, it was a really great time. There was a lot of crap, and seriously, Ohio sucks. Kentucky sucks. Bowling Green is literally a skinwalker town. I recommend you never go through there. If you do, don't stop. That was a mistake.
Roll up your windows, lock your doors.
Literally, we stopped there for dinner, I think, on the way up at a Chick-fil-A. Felt super uncomfortable. Everybody looked like a skinwalker. And then I can't even talk about the rest of the details on the podcast because it's literally disgusting.
The History Channel has a show called Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh yeah, the guy that is like the main scientist on that show is actually some hickfuck that has a doctorate from UAH, which blows my mind.
Oh.
I only found about this show
Um,
while I was at work, and it put it up there, and I was like, "It's the thing Grant's always talking about."
Literally, that's
oh boy.
freaking Bowling Green, Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen, skinwalkers. Um, so, but the race itself was super nice. I got a bunch of free Honda stuff for being a Honda owner. And I got to be surrounded by like 50 other Type R's and get super nice.
I,
We got to park right at the finish line, so we could like set up the hatch, like back in, open the hatch, pop out some folding chairs, have the back of the car open with coolers and stuff. It was so nice. Got to meet some really cool people, see a lot of really expensive motorist gear and stuff.
like
So
one of these days.
probably not, but I definitely have more motivation. There's an IndyCar race in Barber, which is at Birmingham, and I skipped on
Significantly
it.
closer.
Yeah, I skipped out on that this year, but now after seeing a race for the first time, I definitely have way more motivation to go to that next year. Um, so yeah, I mostly did that. Very exhausting, but very glad to have gone. Uh,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's about it. Um, all right, so I left this fast fade banner on here from last week. Is this from last? Is this from last week? It looked new. I don't remember seeing this last week, but I was
No, we definitely talked about this.
okay. So what's there for this week then?
There's a forging bonds redo, and there's
The new Tempest trial, because they're
Mm.
doing they're starting up the yearly thing where they go back to an old book.
Oh.
Because they released a video of book four's play.
right. Like they did for the other one, yeah.
Yeah, there too. And I think that's it.
All right. On to the tidbits. So there's now Barbie cars in Forza Horizon 5. Um,
Which we talked about a rumor for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like
It
a
was
old.
almost immediately confirmed the next day.
I I'm not sure what car the old one is. It's like a It's like a vintage car from like the 40s or 50s. Looks like, but I'm not sure what model that is, which is upsetting. I wish I should know that. And then also the new Hummer EV. I think that's what that is. Which cool, I guess, but I don't really know if the Hummer being an EV makes me any more interested. Now, like I know it can crap walk and stuff, but I just don't think I could do that. Oh, one more thing about Collector's Corner. I almost got ran off the road by a Jeep that was road raging. He literally almost hit me. That was fun. If you own a Jeep, consider therapy. I didn't do anything. He was speeding up behind me, so I was speeding up so I could get around the people I was trying to already pass and then get over so he could go. No problem. I get it. I'm not the fastest one on the road, but instead he swerved over to the far right lane and passed those people and then just said, "Yeah, literally tried to hit me." And if he did, he would have been the one to flip because it was like if I was trying to pit maneuver him, but I didn't do anything. So, yeah, that was fun. Speaking of cars,
This is why I need to get a dash cam
I was so
and a
glad. Yeah, I
review
was like,
cam.
man, this would have been a fun, like, cool. I would get to cry about losing my car, not give a damn about what injuries that guy got if he remained alive, uh, and also not be liable in court because I had the camera on my dash.
I need to get one.
Very worthwhile investment.
Yeah, especially, in a state where that's common.
Yeah, Kentucky and Ohio, both of you fucking suck. Dumps, trash heaps. Uh, Also, speaking of Barbie, you can enter a giveaway for a Barbie themed Xbox Series S.
We talked about that, but um
It
I did forget about it.
So I'm not sure if you get
Oh
all of
wait,
this or not, but you get you definitely get the Series S. It's got a pink wrap on it with a Barbie thing on the front. You get a white controller with 5 interchangeable face plates on it, all different Barbie looking things. One of them is that one on the right, the black and white one. That's very provocative for a Barbie theme. Got to be honest. Um, and it also looks like
Right?
it comes with a play set that it sits in. I guess I'm not sure if you get that or not, but that faceplate's literally a crotch of Barbie, bruh.
wait,
Xbox.
I
I
I
do
have
you
not
see it?
seen this. No,
Yes.
wait, where? Hold on, is this in podcast news?
It's the first thing you posted. Yeah, in podcast news. It's for 7.5. The tweet.
Hold on. I think that I might have just posted and said ignore. Oh, huh.
Right? It just is. Okay. Well, can't wait for
Okay,
some creep to get his hands on that.
I don't.
Yeah, it's not good. Speaking of not good, Lego 2K Drive Pass Season 1 is available now. If you're one of those people that is still sticking to that game.
Same vein, because I don't think we actually mention it later. Um, the Disney racing game has announced Sorcerer Mickey, um, or Steamboat Mickey, one of them, and they're leaving early access already, like in September. So that they can charge more money. Because that's how you get the battle pass is you go, wait, if we leave early access we can charge more money, because I know Dreamlight doesn't have that yet, all the early access or all the monetization bullshit. So that's definitely what they're doing, is they're leaving early access because they went, Lego's charging, we we're Disney, we can't let this stand. That's what they're doing. So I'm gonna stick to Mario Kart personally.
I'm looking at this list of rewards, and there's 21 free rewards. You purchase the pass to get 101 premium rewards, which all of both free and premium you have to unlock through gameplay, by the way. Um, there's no time limit, but the 21 free rewards are like including sticker that says Vroom on it, brick pack, hinged flap, and driver guy
Guy
number
number
one.
one. But that's at tier 95.
Yeah, dude, at tier 95 you
And
get guy number one.
it's not even like, a character from like the old Lego race games. This is just like, it kind of looks like you if you made a generic version of Garmadon from Lego Ninjago, where it's like, oh yep, this is a character
Yep.
that
Okay,
exists.
guys, I've spent some time looking it up.
Uh-huh.
You get other things with the Xbox.
Like what?
You get the Dream
Oh,
House
you
thing
get
that
that
we
dream
were.
set, that playset
You
thing?
do get the Dream House. You also get this.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
the
so you get all those
Xbox,
dolls.
or
Yeah.
the Barbie Cross Forza shirts and whatnot. Gamers.
Is that an Xbox
Gamer
themed
Barbie.
wheelchair?
uh, maybe.
Play. Wait, I can't
But
even
I
read whatever the shirt's supposed to say. Just I see play, but then it's got XYBA on it, and I can't read the other
I think that
words.
says play your way,
Oh yeah, it might.
but I'm
It
not
kind of
sure.
looks like
Yeah,
it should.
that's pretty hard to
It's
read.
that's a bad design.
Yeah.
but I do have the date for when that contest starts now.
Hmm.
It's July 10th.
Wait, I thought didn't we talk about that?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Maybe. I don't know. We
Now we
talk
know
about
for
a lot of
sure.
things. July 10th to get
Creepy Barbie crotch controller plate.
and 10 Barbies.
Yeah.
But you also win an Xbox.
Yeah, cool.
A
A
very
Series
pink
S.
Xbox. A very, very pink Xbox.
I want it because I will display that. What's that?
Barbie, the movie.
Something I want.
It's a Barbie paperweight.
What's that? A smoothie?
Grant's right. What's that? Paperweight, but isn't it cool? I want it.
Mario and Oreo are doing a crossover.
Like when Pokemon did one a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Did they?
Can't wait
I
to
think they
see
did that
people
in
try to
21.
keep those for 30 years. Uh, also, if
Mmm,
you
Oh,
yum.
they don't
I
even last 2 weeks.
also I really like Nintendo, but if you pre-order Oreos, you might need to reconsider some things. Um,
We say that as people that have, you know,
A
been buying
problem.
Amiibo for almost a decade.
yeah.
Like, I mean, Grant and I lined up at GameStop to pre-order Amiibo, and those ones ended up sitting on shelves for like 4 years, and we still think you're a freak if you pre-order Oreos.
um, Among Us is getting an animated TV show. It's about
I
all we
don't,
know. But yeah,
I,
Among Us show. Cool.
I don't know how that works.
I yeah, I
Okay,
cannot wait to see what this turns out to be. South Korea is getting special Pokemon themed Galaxy Buds 2, but it's not just like Buds 2 cases. It's like actual Buds 2. It's like integrated into the case, either Ditto, Snorlax, or Jigglypuff.
yeah, I don't like that those open up.
I mean they're Buds cases.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's weird that they're Pokemon that open up.
Oh,
I mean, I don't know.
don't think too much about it. Five Nights at Freddy's dropped the official trailer. It's going to be available in theaters and on Peacock October 27th. So, yeah, everybody get ready for
Have
Five
y'all
Nights
seen
at
the trailer
Freddy's.
for Have y'all seen the trailer for that?
I have not.
It
Yes.
is it is certainly something.
Well, I'll watch it after
I
the show. We'll see.
I don't
If you
I haven't
didn't know that he's supposed to be William Afton, the trailer does not tell you.
wait, who's supposed to be William Aft? I don't know the lore to Five Nights
It's
anymore.
William Afton is the guy
Scoo-
that stuffed the kids into the suits.
right, but yes, but like I'm talking about the actor.
Oh yeah, that
You mean
Shaggy,
PETA from Hunger Games or
No,
Shaggy,
that's Michael.
I don't
Shaggy is
William
who's
Afton.
okay,
Shaggy
okay,
from
I
the
got you,
last.
I got you, I got you.
Matthew Willard is
I got
William
you.
Afton, but he's sitting at like a teacher's desk with a different name on the front. It is not William Afton. Michael's his son, who you play as in most of the games.
You should
Watch Matt Pat apparently.
Matt Pat's really
No,
hard to follow because he just does theories. Like
there's better like
there's better like lore
Explanations.
encapsulation videos of like here's what everything is right now,
I
not where
I
Matt
think
Pat's
his
like going crackhead about Golden Freddy is actually this guy and it's totally
I
wrong and
don't
then it gets
I
changed
think
3
his
episodes
recent
later.
one's pretty good though for like a lore thing. Kind of. He put like it in timeline order.
Yeah.
Like
I
with
like
a interesting timeline.
don't try to watch all of Matt Pat's stuff because it's everything
Do
that's
not watch
everything
60
that's like
videos of
yeah, cuz most of them are kind of obsolete.
Yeah,
Unless you just
no.
want to hear Matt Pat going crackhead pointing Wojak
Yeah,
about Five Nights at Freddy's for
I don't
12 hours.
I don't really want game theory to be the only thing YouTube recommends me for a month. So Not doing that.
Niantic is shutting down NBA All World and stopping production on Marvel World of Heroes. 230 employees are being laid off. What
Rip.
is
Red. I don't know.
NBA All World?
They came out in like 21, 22.
Oh, it's a mobile app.
Yeah, it's exactly
A
like
garbage mobile
Pokemon
app.
Go.
It looks like a
It's
garbage mobile app.
it's exactly like Pokemon Go, but like, what the fuck are you doing in a game that isn't Pokemon? Like even with Pikmin Bloom, right? It's like, why am I still playing this? What is there to gain from playing this?
Hmm.
Um, Speaking of Niantic and Pikmin, for completing the demo, you get
Yeah, that
a
was interesting that there's a
costume.
Pikmin Bloom crossover. I was like, oh, that shit still exists?
Great, cool. I literally don't care. Like you get to ride on Itachi, and get the spacesuit, but like I would care more if I could see it on my Switch or literally anything.
Yeah. Pokemon Concierge is dropping on Netflix December 2023 for anybody that still remembers what that is.
You know, that little um announcement that they were like, here's that's the claymation Pokemon series, right? Maybe it exists, which is more than
Uh,
Pokemon Sleep did for 4 years.
yes, yeah, it is that claymation thing. So yeah, that's coming. The
Cool.
Gulf of War Game Boy has officially been retired. For those that don't remember, that's the Game Boy that got firebombed in the Gulf War and is toasted and was on display because it still worked afterward. But it has been removed from display and officially shipped back to the headquarters, so it is retired and no longer visible.
Amazing. Rip.
Yeah, rest in peace. Although apparently it didn't stop working. It just,
They said, well, time to take it back,
yeah.
which is sad. That would be cool to see. Thankfully, there's a gazillion photos of it.
Yep. Um, as we mentioned in Collector's Corner, the Pikmin 4 demo is out now. Save data transfers to the full game. And also, like
You
we
get a
mentioned, you get a Pikmin
bonus.
Bloom thingy.
You get a Pikmin Bloom thingy. You get a bonus that I don't actually know how it works. Um, and I have tested this. You can get, if you time it correctly, you can do the full um area that you have access to. Like, you can 100% that entire first area in the demo.
Hmm.
Um, Solid. I don't, you don't get anything special for it at the moment, but you know, that's nice. I've just kind of been playing around with it as I can. Been focusing more on everybody wants to switch. Since I
Which,
paid
again,
for
I
that.
cannot believe you just said.
I know,
Been
right?
focusing more on
But
1-2 Switch than Pikmin 4.
well, there's only so much I can do with Pikmin 4. I've, I'm gonna record run with the 100%. Like, there's only so much I can do with it because it exists.
Fair
Um,
enough.
in a, you know, I can't complete it as of yet. So,
Pikmin 4 is also getting a Tetris 99 Cup this coming weekend.
yeah, I love that they occasionally remember that they have Tetris 99.
The Super Mario RPG director is not involved in the remake, surprisingly. Also, maybe not surprisingly. I don't really know, but I found that interesting.
But he is excited by
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah,
he does like the news, but he is not involved in the
he was
remake.
surprised.
Nintendo will be at the Tokyo Game Show, but not in the public viewing area, only in the quote business meeting area. So I would not be surprised if that's stuff to do with the next console, maybe.
Not there, but there.
Yeah, so like they'll only nothing. The public won't get to see any of it, but it is for like business, like actual, discussion and tr- kind of like trade show kind of thing in the background. So I wouldn't be surprised if
This
there's some
proves us
maybe
They're gonna
development
they're
kit
gonna
stuff. We've got some development kit rumors that we'll talk about in a little bit. So if those are
this gives
anywhere
us
near
an
true,
opportunity to meet.
yeah, and even if there's not a dev kit to be like, hey, this is what we're working on.
probably trying to secure some good deals.
Yeah.
Make sure there's actually launch games like the Switch had and not the Wii U.
The Terraria designer says that they can't move on because the game continues to quote sell like hotcakes. I guess that's a good problem to have.
Would prefer that problem.
Yeah. But also, I'm sure that's frustrating as a designer.
Their final update has been going on for several years.
If we just keep having to update the game, eventually people will stop buying it. But you have to stop producing content to make people stop buying it. That's what happened to Animal Crossing.
Yes, but then it won't sell. Like, it depends on what you want. Do you want it to keep
Do you want to be able
selling?
to afford to pay your employees, or do you want to start a new game?
um, an ex Nintendo designer says there's not going to be a new F Zero because of a multitude of reasons, including the fact that Mario Kart is huge. They don't want to have a competing racing game because of Mario Kart.
Of their own development.
And also that the development cost of F Zero would not pan out with comparatively low sales, which kind of sounds like where Metroid was for a while, especially like with their business logic.
Yeah, but they haven't given F-Zero a chance to recover either. So,
Yeah.
whereas that's what they do with a lot of their stuff. I mean, that's why people bought Chibi Robos, because Nintendo was like, this could be Chibi Robo's last chance. It was anyways.
Um. So here's to hoping that Mario Kart 9 sucks, so we can get a new F Zero.
It won't. It'll do gangbusters, just like 8 Deluxe.
A 272-page PDF of classified Sega of America documents from the mid '90s has materialized on the Sega Retro Wiki. I wonder what it's all
That's
about.
sick. That is so much documentation.
Manufacturing costs, retail margins, sales, product strategies, internal company emails, etc., etc. Um,
Interesting.
what's funny enough, there's emails from like Sega of America to Sega of Japan people that are saying like, man, we're killing Sony right now because the Saturn did do really, really well in Japan. And they're like, man, the Saturn's killing it in Japan right now. I can't wait for this to come to the U.S. and uh, also
Whoops.
win here eventually.
It might have. If they
That email from that guy was sent on March 28th of the year in question, and he tendered his resignation July 15th, less than 4 months later. Fascinating.
Was that the E3 they announced it releasing today?
Yeah. Minecraft makes 4 times more revenue on Switch than Xbox. Yeah, that makes
Wow,
sense.
it's almost like the people buying Xbox are only buying it to play shooters and Forza.
And
Also on
also,
Xbox, Minecraft is on Game Pass.
It's on
They don't buy
they don't
games.
buy games. That's the actual thing. They don't buy games.
and again, so many children own Switches, and so many children love
So
Minecraft. No duh.
Even
Uh,
though the Switch version's the worst one.
People don't want to bother playing
there's
Minecraft
a
on an
3DS
Xbox,
version.
like because you have to put up with the controller, which is not really favorable. But
Requires batteries in
it's
2023, Microsoft.
well, it's not even the fact that it's an Xbox controller. It's just a controller, but like that trade becomes like meaningful when I can play on the toilet or in the car or wherever. Um, so yeah,
What parents are gonna buy it?
that's not shocking in the slightest.
Good.
Um,
Microsoft's gonna buy out Nintendo next.
Also, Minecraft has Mario crossovers. Like it's just a cheat code. There's a bunch of
That's
way cooler DLC packs on Nintendo stuff because there's Nintendo themed packs that you can't get on Xbox.
I mean, like what 7-year-old cares for Halo when you have Mario
And Minecraft.
and Minecraft? And it's like, it's not just like a skin like the PC has. It's like designed so it's actually looks like the characters a bit more.
Call of Duty's latest anti-cheat update makes cheaters hallucinate imaginary opponents. I am all for anti-cheating just being a bunch of trolling.
Um, I think it was Fall Guys. Their solution to everyone cheating was to round up the cheaters and put them all on quote unquote cheater island. I think we discussed that. Um, that's not how to solve it. The solution is to hit them when they're playing with regular people and not, hey, after a month of tracking all these cheaters down, we made it so they can only all join this server. You've let everyone else get screwed. Then make the cheaters suffer.
Um, Microsoft did not consult Activision about the 10-year Nintendo deal for Call of Duty, and work has not started yet. I am not shocked in the slightest.
Wow, is anybody surprised?
Wow,
I feel
Microsoft
like,
lied again.
I mean, there's also the fact that it's like, um, we're gonna support the current gen systems. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, yeah. What about the next gen systems?
Yeah, Microsoft is so dirty. Um, for the old but interesting this week, brought to you by Cooper, actually, which is sad because he's not here.
He was busy.
But he lives on through old but still interesting. So the
And
Japanese version of Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door contained a glitch that punishes players for being too good at the game. If the player obtains a certain useful item as early as the game allows it, it will be taken away permanently soon after. The item in question is the Strange Sack, which, first off, great name. Secondly, that item is obtained on the 50th floor of the Pit of 100 Trials, which is a bonus dungeon. That while you can access it as early as the middle of Chapter 1, the game does not expect the player to be able to get far in it until Mario is much stronger later in the game. In fact, the game gives Mario a side quest to reach floor 50 after completing the entire story. So the intended point at which the player is expected to obtain the Strange Sack is in the post game.
Yeah, I prefer playing Thousand Year Door with 20 items as early as possible. Thankfully this was only in the Japanese version though. Like it's still, I mean, because you have to clear chapter 2 in order to do it. Or in order to safely do it on the Japanese version.
Yeah, so if you unlock that in chapter 1 and then you go and open the blue cage in chapter 2, after you open it, the strange sack will disappear. And since it's a unique item, it is impossible to obtain it again. So yeah, you lose it if you try to get it before chapter 2, before the end of chapter 2. Or I guess before the blue cage in chapter 2 specifically.
Which is towards the end, because
Yeah.
after that it's, get the punies out of the tree, and but essentially the end of chapter 2. Very interesting.
Yeah. So don't be too good.
It's so weird. They messed up a call somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
would love to follow the like code
the
logic
the code
that
to
like
see
open door that somehow messes with the data structure involving your inventory specifically only for the strange stack. I would love to see that. But
is
I'm sure that would be incredibly complicated to decompile and figure out.
it would be interesting to see if it happened, like if you sequence break and get a different key item early, and then do the puny tree, and see if that same thing happens.
Yeah. On to the rumors. 7 achievements have been added to Steam for Resident Evil 4. Why is this a rumor?
Okay.
It says like they have been.
Oh, I guess. Well, because they're not actually available. It's
Oh,
just
they've
like,
been data mined or something.
yeah.
Interesting.
But we don't know what they are.
Why
We
would
just
you
know there are no more. It's for the DLC, easily.
you just have random achievements that aren't attached to the actual game?
Well,
Just
because we
attach
know
them.
they're gonna do. What is it? There's like something in Resident Evil 4 for Ada, but it's
Um,
not in the remake. Oh, Separate Ways isn't in the remake.
Huh.
Also, speaking of Steam, the Steam summer sale's going on right now, and that includes the Steam Deck.
Oh,
All models of the Steam Deck are 20% off.
that's
So
not
That's good.
bad.
that's pretty good. Yeah, you can now get the top model for basically like $140-ish off, about 520 instead of 650. And the oh no,
That's
so
really
only
good.
the top model is 20% off. The base model is 10% off, so you can get that for 359. And the mid-range model is 15% off, so you can get that for 449. Um, so
Interesting. Interesting. Interesting.
if I man, if only I didn't
Scared.
have a Switch so much and I have so many games on there and I had if I had if I didn't have a Switch and I had all my Steam or my
Game.
Switch games
It's on
that I
PC.
all my indie Switch games on PC, I would still buy a Steam Deck.
Uh,
Cuz like I know Inscription runs like dog water comparatively to my computer, so I would really
Inscription is on PlayStation Plus right now,
oh interesting.
I believe.
Series X and S sales are at 21 plus million. Apparently including the Xbox One sales, they're at 58 million. Uh
uh yeah.
Let's see, current gen console sales. Uh, yeah, I know the PS2 sales a lot. I'm not looking for.
It's so at the current rate, the Xbox is barely going to surpass the GameCube.
Yeah, I'm trying to see.
If someone has
So
proper numbers.
the PS5 was at 38.4 million units at the end of March. Let me see if I can just find PS5 sales. Ah, I found the data that I'm looking for, I think. Um, Year to date sales comparison. That's not what I'm looking for. Total market share. Yeah, so Xbox Series S is almost at, or X and S is almost at 22 million. It's just shy by like 40,000 units. PS5 is at 38.4 million as of, well, that was as of March, though. I guess they haven't released new numbers.
That was in uh the last quarter, I think. Well, we'll probably get updated numbers here soon.
Yeah.
Assuming they, follow like the regular quarters.
Well, hell, if it was 38.4 million units at the end of March and the Xbox Series S is just now at basically 22 million. Whew.
That's
Microsoft doesn't release numbers. We only got these because of
or of
the court. Yeah.
Yeah.
course they could be lying about those.
Doubt it.
No, it's court
They,
numbers.
Um,
it does make their case quote unquote stronger, quote unquote,
Hmm.
because you know, we're losing. Yeah, because you're a bunch of losers that just want to buy out the industry.
If we don't make anything, we can keep claiming we're losing.
You have all these other developers. Where the fuck are the games? What's Rare doing?
Sea of Thieves.
Ah,
And
that's
nothing
right.
else.
That is
The
true.
Sea of Thieves
And
dungeon.
nothing else.
Far Cry's 1 source code has been leaked to the Internet Archive. I wonder if there's anything good in there.
They'll probably, yeah, that you get hit 100% of the time by rocket launchers from the other side of the map you can't see.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's true. I've never played Far Cry. I just saw people being like, "Finally, we can prove it."
Well, maybe some cool mods will come out of it or something. I don't know.
I mean, maybe.
And
know.
the big one, so there's been a bunch of Nintendo console rumors that have been going on. So I put kind of a list of here. So reportedly, there's dev kits in the wild. Nintendo Wire's report that you posted, Cameron, actually is taken down. It is not on Twitter. I don't know why. I looked there and I looked on Amiibo News because they had retweeted it in your screenshot. Neither of them have it up. I don't know. So I Googled it. I found some other sources about it. I have no idea. That does not bode well for these rumors, but we'll see. Keep going. So
Or it
apparently,
bodes really well. Take it
apparently,
down.
a TSA agent posted anonymously that they had stopped somebody at an airport, and because
Oh, I read
their
this
bag
one.
was set off, like the metal detector was set off, so they had to search the bag, and the guy was like, "Can this please be a private screening?" Um, and he knew it was a guy with Nintendo because he had business cards that proved he
No, no,
was.
no, no. They went through the bag, saw the weird device in the box. Then they had to go to the backpack for some reason, and it had the business cards.
Yeah, so they know this guy was the as an R&D guy.
Yeah.
But his bag or box thing that had the thing in it, uh, he said that it looked like almost like a Wi-Fi modem or like almost akin to an Xbox One. Obviously not as big, but like something like that. Which points to the reason that this is a dev kit, not actual
Yep.
hardware. The controller apparently had scroll wheels that are akin to mouse scroll wheels near the triggers on the controller. Um, but I've also seen reports of others claiming that the dev kits are using pro controllers so that the actual controllers don't leak under any circumstances, which I believe a lot more.
Well, I
Yeah, I
think
was
this
gonna
is.
say, are you sure it's not just like a fancy mouse so they can work as needed?
um, so yeah, dev kits in the wild, maybe yes, no, who knows?
I think that points for creativity, but I think they're trying to use an old patent from before the Switch launch to make their story more believable.
Yeah, I mean like the blanket statement that dev kits are in the wild, I believe that because that usually has to be available a
No, I
couple years
believe that one.
before something would be publicly available.
Yeah,
So, but
absolutely. Otherwise,
basically
you're not gonna
anything
have
beyond
games.
that, I'm not really sure.
Um,
Besides the fact that maybe they're just using pro controllers so that the actual one doesn't leak, I believe that a lot. and that the development kit didn't look like anything special
No,
because
because
of
it
course it
never
didn't. They never do.
like yeah. I mean, they either look absolutely weird like the PS5 dev kit, or it's a box because it has to be.
Yeah.
Because it like it you're just trying to contain the hardware. You don't actually care how it looks yet.
We care about.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I too agree with Theon.
um. So yeah. Switch 2 rumors. What are you gonna do? We'll see. Don't get your hopes up about anything.
Oh, speaking of rumors, because I just saw this, the Chinese company Art Swift, the retailer that or reseller whatever, that gets stock from of Amiibo from Nintendo, says Super Smash Bros. Series Sora Amiibo is expected to announce the release date in the near future. After that, we will open the reservation according to the situation. Please look forward to our later news. Which I take as this is not like because our social media was like blowing up about it, and I'm like, this is a rumor.
So
The
there's
this is
there's
like a
two
Switch
ways.
2
There's two
rumor.
things. There's two things you can go here with this. Two paths. One, they're not lying,
And
and
it's eventually going to
it's
be
coming
announced.
soon. Or they're lying, but they want people to be aware that they're gonna have that amiibo whenever it does come. So it's a business strategy.
It very much feels like a Switch 2
And
rumor.
I
Where
would
it's
be
like
very
if we
shocked if
say
it's
it every
yeah.
week, I will be right because I've been saying there's a Switch 2 coming. It's like we know it's coming. That's not news. Like you saying that this character from Smash Bros is expected to get an amiibo is not news. It'd be more news if you said they weren't getting an amiibo.
No. We want Sora to get an amiibo.
We do want Sora to get amiibo. That's true. Yes, but that'd be bigger news than they're going to get amiibo. We're not even like to the point where the other DLC characters had their announcements and releases. So we're still good for them.
Um so yeah, and with that, on to the finishing topic, since it's July 4th episode. Most American and or patriotic games. This is a lot harder
Call of
question to
Duty.
ask.
Call of
And
Duty.
yeah, anything with a gun in it.
Yeah.
um,
Exactly.
I actually would argue the Roller Coaster Tycoon series. Just because
Capitalism.
capitalism.
Capitalism
Capitalism.
games. Yeah, tycoon
Any
games.
any tycoon game, I would definitely say fits. Um, there, I don't think you can play it anymore, but there was a game on Disney.com when we were growing up that was also a capitalism game, and you were competing against other players. Games like that, definitely. It's like, oh, you're competing with businesses. Yeah, that's America. Um,
I want to say Bayonetta for this solely because of two things. Big,
Horny.
big booby butt lady. Big, tall booby butt lady. Not only that, but a lot of guns, a lot of extreme
a lot
weaponry and
of guns.
explosions,
A lot of
and
guns.
fighting and bombs and hell versus heaven versus hell kind of stuff, which is a pretty good American theme. A lot of people like to latch on to that. Um,
I feel I don't want to count like football
Violence.
games because that's a
Wait,
little.
you actually are. Oh no.
What?
Okay. I looked up most American game and it said Saint
It's,
Rose 4. You play as the president of the United States fighting aliens trying to save Christmas.
That's a damn good American game right there,
Okay,
son.
that um I don't want to say football games just because that's not a video game first.
But also football
Um,
game.
but also
I mean,
football
by
games.
default, football
By
games,
default,
because
football has to
football's
be
really only
American.
kind of played here. Like, sure,
Mhm.
there's the CFL and stuff, but like,
Okay, but
football's
like
really only
football.
people only care about football over here
Yeah.
because we're the only place where you can say football and mean American football, not
Football.
soccer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Not
true.
We're
Yeah.
soccer.
the only
Um,
country that has a different word for football or a different meaning for the word football. Um, hmm. I didn't even consider the Tai 2 game one is sticking with me. I didn't even consider
Forza
that.
racing.
Yeah, Forza. Uh, and
Truck simulator.
American Truck Simulator specifically.
American truck. Yeah. Lawn mowing simulator.
Power washing simulator. Capitalism.
Capitalism.
Capitalism
Any
simulators.
most simulator games can be associated back to America.
Um. Hmm.
Death Road to Canada because you're going through America.
But you don't
You're-
really get unique American areas.
That's
Fair enough.
fair, but you're fighting zombies in
Doom,
America.
dude. Doom is
Doom.
Doom is super American game. Same, just like big burly man with guns. Hmm.
I agree with that.
I gotta check my Steam library because
Also,
I
along
know
that
my Switch ain't gonna have one.
burly man guns. I've never played it, but Red Dead Redemption
Yeah,
and
Red
the
Dead
second
Redemption
one.
1 and 2. That's a good one.
Um,
You
Cowboys, old western kind of
everything
thing.
is done in real time, so get
Oh, dude. Oh, here we go. I forgot about this game. I was also scrolling through my Steam library. I haven't played this in years, but it's a game called Turmoil. Uh,
hmm.
and it's a pun because it's literally about mining oil. Like you start out with like a single mining or like a drill stack, and you can't see anything underground, so you just have to randomly drill and find things, and you can use like sonar and like moles that will dig underground and find deposits that you can drag to, and eventually you can build new stacks. And there's literally like two different companies that are buying oil at different prices. Uh, so like you have to switch which company you're selling to on the fly to try to make the most money. Mega capitalism simulator, and also it's capitalism based on oil. So I don't think there's a bigger one than that. Man, I haven't
No,
played about this game
that's
in
very
years, dude.
um.
I might.
I would say um. Oh, okay. Counter Strike also,
I
but
bought.
that falls under
Yeah,
guns.
I'll buy that.
Um, Escapist because American prisons are
eh.
different, but that feels like a stretch.
I mean, if you want a prison one, I've got one.
What you got?
Metal Gear Zero Solid Ground Zeroes. Players infiltrate an American prison military encampment in Guantanamo to rescue a pair of children held prisoner. You're risking your life for kids.
Um,
But
Golf with
the thing that
golf
does this,
games.
thankfully, Metal Gear is a fictional series and nothing like this would ever happen in real life. I like video games because they don't involve politics.
Golf games, like golf with your friends and golf story, stuff like that, where it's
why?
like because that feels like an American thing where it's like the business owning class goes and golfs a lot, but I guess it could just be a world thing. I don't know.
I
Feels like that's probably more of a
I don't know
stretch
about
than
golf with your
other
friends
sports.
because that's like mini golf,
Mm,
which I maybe an American only thing. I'm not really sure, to be
I don't
honest with
know.
you on that. But golf is not an American only thing. But I do get the sentiment of like dirty businessman, dirty deals on the golf course kind of thing. Sleazy businessman goes to play golf.
Austria and Switzerland
This
have
one's
a few thousand licensed competitive players for mini golf.
this one says Earthbound.
Okay.
I guess
Um,
that feels like a stretch.
It does take place in what is it, Eagle Land?
Yeah.
true.
I didn't realize I have the Lego Ninjago video game movie. Or movie video game? What that I didn't even know that was on my list.
Two things. Gears of War, not only because big American man, big shooty shooty boom boom, but also the guns you can get guns with chainsaws on them. That's pretty American. Uh,
yeah,
and
yeah.
also War Thunder, because it's literally just war simulator.
Yeah.
One keeps listing this Japanese Xbox game. I've never heard of it, but it's on every single list, so I gotta bring it up. Metal Wolf Chaos.
Metal Wolf Chaos.
Yeah.
Metal Wolf Chaos is a third-person shooter video game developed by FromSoft. It originally released in 2004 in Japan for the Xbox. The player takes on the role of fictional United States President Michael Wilson piloting a mech to battle the rebelling military led by fictional Vice President Richard Hawke. And like, is this available in the U.S. now?
Can I play it? Wait. Metal Wolf Chaos XD. Yes.
Incredible. Wilson's mech can be equipped with up to 8 weapons selected from a set of over 100. In each mission, the player battles through destructible environments, destroying all enemies they come across. Fascinating.
Um.
Across American landscapes, including the Brooklyn Bridge, the Grand Canyon, and front house of steps of the White House.
Holy crap, dude. I just read the plot.
It got re-released in 2019, and we got it then.
Listen to this. So, Wilson, who is the let's see,
Descendant.
that's the president in this. It's the
Yep.
fictional president in this game, who is a fictional descendant of Woodrow Wilson, is serving as the 47th president. Wilson realizes he is the country's last hope for freedom, and he dons a special mech developed in secret by the military to fight Hawke and the rebel forces, aided by his secretary Jody Crawford. Now, Hawke is the fictional vice president who is leading the military in this coup. Wilson flies aboard Air Force One to the west coast of the United States and begins to liberate cities and outposts, traveling from west to east across the country. After retaking the White House, Wilson pursues Hawke to Las Vegas, but Hawke escapes aboard a space shuttle and goes to a space station, planning to launch a nuclear missile at the United States in retribution. Wilson and Hawke battle in space, and with Wilson ultimately defeating Hawke and saving the country from nuclear destruction. This
Heck
game,
yeah.
this might be the one. This might be the one for real. That's pretty. An
It was
8
on
weapon
every
mech
list, and I was like,
where you fight a coup where you end up in space to prevent a nuclear catastrophe on yourself. Incredible.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat that. That's
Yeah, that's probably gonna be the one I go with, but
like the
Assassin's Creed 3 is set during the American Revolution.
that's pretty American.
isn't there a Mountain Blade set during the Revolution or the Civil War? One of the two.
Yes. Yeah. There's
You
one
know
set
who's
during the Civil War.
you know who's American? Spider-Man.
Yes, but no.
Yes, but
Does it beat Metal Gear Wolf though?
no, I don't think anything can.
Or Metal Wolf Chaos? Sorry.
I don't think anything
A
can
lot of
beat
them say
that. That is
Bioshock Infinite, but I don't know if I agree. It's been a long time since I've played it, but
isn't that in a fictional city?
Bioshock Infinite takes place in Compton, I believe, which is so you've got
Fictional city.
Rapture, the one below the water, and Compton's in the sky, but they're both
Wait, that
connected
is,
by
yeah.
the same um, lighthouse.
Is it based on the actual
Uh,
Compton?
that
My name's
I
Mike.
I don't
Oh no, sorry. The town's name was Columbia.
Ah,
Dang it!
same
I'm
difference
thinking of like
though.
all their names.
I don't know
I think my
how that feels like a
The city was
stretch.
constructed
Even more of a
in
stretch.
1893 under commission of the United States government as a symbol of American political and religious ideals.
Okay, that feels like less of a stretch then. But still,
I think my last suggestion
uh,
is Grand Theft Auto.
That was
yeah,
gonna be the big one, obviously.
Yeah, because you can get hookers, you can
let's get
shoot people, you
everything.
can get nice cars and crash into things. A lot of just property destruction and murder and drugs
Capitalism.
and capitalism and violence.
It's kind of for for games people might actually know that one is kind of hard to not list on a list like this.
Yeah. Also hunting games.
Yeah, true, true,
Specifically, the
true.
arcade game where there's shotguns you can point at the screen for hunting deer. But really, any will
Yeah,
work.
true. Those definitely should be on here. You, there's just so many games
Yeah.
that like qualify for being American. Um,
I think that's all I got. Anybody have anything else?
uh,
I think we've
Cruising
covered all.
USA. Cruising USA.
A a frickin' men race across the country and have a party on top of the White House
Also,
in a
every
school
race
bus.
starts with a girl in a bikini.
Yep. And every race ends with a thick girl in a skirt handing me the trophy because I'm number one. I won this. I won a race against Mustangs and SSs and cop cars and stuff in a school bus. Um. All right. Well, congratulations, Metal Wolf Chaos. Um.
Something none of us had heard of, but like after reading it, it's like
I don't.
nothing can beat
Uh,
this.
yeah, like
Yeah,
I
it's
mean, we
just too
definitely have
good.
our favorites, but like
That's just too good.
that's
Um.
like it honestly kind of benefits from not being an American made game because you can just go balls to the walls on
This
the
is what we
insanity.
think America
This
is.
is what we think America is. And it's like this is the most American game.
um.
Like it's the most American game from when we grew up, so we're like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Checks out.
2000 America, yeah, that's right.
Well, with that, that'll end the episode here. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please share us with a friend. We post every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, youtube.com/StormwindGames. Anywhere that you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Add us on Twitter at All Night Gamers with a K. Let us know what's the most American game. What's the most patriotic game you got?
Oh, and if
And
Twitter is failing, then you can find us on Instagram under that same name.
there you go. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.